Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope your past week has been absolutely amazing. As usual, this is filmed the week before and the week ahead of me is going to be so stressful but so fun at the same time. I have my usual uni classes which I have on Monday and Tuesday, and then on the Thursday and the Sunday I'm going to be filming a music video and I'm going to be the DOP, and if you don't know what that is I suggest you look it up. Basically I'm going to be the camera operator, but I'm also in charge of how the look and the feel is, lighting and visual wise, and that is such a big dream of mine. So fingers crossed that by the time this video comes out I'm feeling really good about how I did during the week. As you can clearly tell from the title below, this video is going to be a Q&A and I love filming these, so I cannot wait to get started. I have been asking for questions for quite a while now, so I did get some of these over the last couple of months, but a majority of these I actually got tonight, so thank you so much to those people who sent them through. There's such an interesting range and I can't wait to get into it. Before I begin with the Q&A, I would like to point out something about myself. My eyes are wonky right now. Basically, the inner corner of this eye, yep, definitely this eye has been really swollen all week. It looks ridiculous. So this first question is from Catherine, and I actually got this through her commenting on my last Q&A back in maybe April or March, and I thought it was so awesome that she actually commented it in that Q&A. So if you have any questions right now that you'd like me to answer in my next Q&A, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm really interested to learn more about your uni course, what you're studying, what career you're looking into getting into. Sorry to those of you who have heard me say this again and again, but remember I have new subscribers who don't know, so it's definitely worth saying. I'm currently doing a Bachelor of Film and Television and I am absolutely in love with it. Obviously it's very stressful at times and sometimes the assignments are annoying, but that's just a part of uni, so I kind of just accept that as a whole. I'm officially over halfway through my Bachelor, which is pretty damn scary, and if you're wondering how I did it so fast, basically normally a Bachelor goes for 3 years, but at the place that I'm going to they squish it into 2, so the holidays are really short and stuff. So the classes that I'm currently doing are music videos and advertisements, and I'm loving that one so much. That's the reason why I'm filming a music video next week, and then after that we're going to be doing an advertisement, and I'm the director, and this is the first time I've ever been a proper director, and I'm pretty nervous, but I'm actually really excited. And the other subjects I'm doing are screen and genre studies, screenwriting number 2, and then the last class is outside broadcast and futures, which is a lot more to do with TV and it's very technical, but again I really do like it. If you're interested in what other subjects I did over the last 3 trimesters, I actually have them written down so I can read them out to you right now. I did camera and lighting number 1 and number 2, post-production number 1 and number 2, directing number 1, short film, screenwriting number 1, screen history, sound recording and design, documentary production, producing 1, and live shows. We were in the studio, which was really fun. So what career am I looking to get into? It's really hard to know at this stage because I do like quite a few different elements within the film industry. So the main one that I'm interested in, as I said at the beginning of the video, is DOP. So anything that involves the camera, whether that's TV shows or movies or music videos or ads or documentaries or anything. I love using a camera pretty much. Also, I'm starting to get quite a bit into production design, which is pretty much the design of the set and the overall feel and look of it all. Kind of reminds me of interior designing, which I really like, so it's fun, but I'm not as interested in that as I am into camera related stuff. I'm also a little bit into directing, but I'm not really sure if it works with my personality, which I know might be a silly thing to say, but I kind of work better in an environment where people tell me what to do. So I have an idea of what direction I want to go into, but there's so many avenues that it's kind of impossible for me to know where I'm going to end up, which I'm alright with because all of the options are exciting. So now moving on to my next question, which is actually in my Tumblr ask box. So the question is, do you like being a YouTuber? Yes, I love being a YouTuber. It's definitely one of the parts of my lives that makes lives, I only have one life, life that makes me the most happy for sure. Even if I'm not filming or editing that day, you guys leaving comments and talking to me across social media just brings so much happiness to my life, and I cannot thank you all enough for that. Anytime you leave a comment on any of my social media and you just want to chat with me, I always smile pretty much every single time. That's one thing that's actually always made me feel sad about if my channel grew really, really big. I wouldn't be able to reply to everyone. Obviously so many positives, but that is one thing that I think would be really hard to deal with, because you would feel the urge to reply to everyone, but you like literally wouldn't be able to. Have you ever been to ComicCon? No, I actually haven't at all. I didn't even really know what it was until a couple of years ago. For some reason I thought it was entirely just comic book related, and that's probably why I was never really interested in going, because I can definitely appreciate comic books. I actually think they're really pretty. My boyfriend bought one recently and I was like, ah, it's so pretty, but I'm just not really interested in reading them myself, so I never thought about it, but I didn't realize it was actually way more than that, so it kind of makes me want to go one year. Does it cost much to get in though? Because if it's a lot, I probably wouldn't. Let me know in the comments if you know. This next question is from Brett Garland. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really not great at pronouncing names. And he actually tweeted me this question. And his question was, name your top 3 all-time makeup products. He accidentally wrote male up products, but I totally know what you mean. All good. The first one is my beautiful Naked 2 palette. I got this from my friends Jodie and Emma, and it was the nicest surprise, seriously. I think it was the first high-end product I have ever owned. First of all, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I just think this looks so sleek. I think metal stuff, whoa, I thought I just broke it, but it just wasn't closed. I am obsessed with every single one of these shades. It's the only palette I own where I use every single shade regularly. There isn't one of these I haven't used before and absolutely loved. I love that it has 3 matte shades in here. So it has Foxy, which is this creamy color, Tease, which is this cool toned brown, and Black, which is blackout, which is awesome because it's all the 3 main ones you need. And then all the others are very satin and sparkly, and they are just so nice. Another one of my loved products are the Balm Mary Lou Matinizer, which is a very beautiful highlighter. If you'd like to see a review of this, then it's going to be in the description. I did a really in-depth one and people seem to love it because yesterday it hit 60,000 views. Must be a pretty good video, and it's just this beautiful highlighter. It's seriously gorgeous. I wear it pretty much every video, so if you've been wondering what this glow is, it is usually this. Moving on to the last product, which is a little bit more affordable, it is the Chi Chi Brow Pomade. This one is actually new because I had to buy a different shade recently. I used to use soft brown and it worked really well, but it never matched my hair because now I dye my hair black brown. So ideally they had a shade called black brown. It is basically this little pot which has this mousse-like texture. It's a little bit tricky to use at first, but it's just amazing because it's smudge-proof and waterproof and lasts all day, and I just love it. My next question I received on Instagram, and it was from my friend Ellie, who on Instagram is Beauty and Cats, and her question was, what's the first thing you would buy for yourself right now if you were given access to unlimited money? Definitely consider a house or an apartment because that would be an unbelievable investment. Obviously, I love living at home here and I'm not desperate to move out at all, but if I already had an apartment or a house lined up for me, that would solve so many problems, like so many. I wouldn't have to worry so much about the future. Does anyone else really worry about being able to afford to rent or buy a house in the future? Apart from big things like a house or an apartment, I would love to build up my film equipment kit and it'd just be absolutely amazing. I would absolutely love having a proper filming camera. A couple of cameras that I love using at school. The one that I'm using next week is the Sony XF700 and it's just so beautiful. It's a weird shape. It's like this boxy square thing, but you can put whatever lens you want on it, just like a DSLR, which I absolutely love. And you can add on all these things and it can become like this huge film camera that's this big once you add all the attachments on. Then for that camera, I would love a whole range of lenses. A whole beautiful kit of every possible one in the world would be ideal. Oh, and then I'd also have some really, really fun stuff to play with, like gimbals and dollies and a Steadicam. Oh, my dream come true. Ellie, you're just making me so excited that this unlikely possibility that I'll just get handed unlimited money. Clothing wise would be pretty cool. Not because I'd necessarily buy expensive clothing, but because my idea of expensive is pretty low. Like if I see something that's $50, I'm like, I have to wait till it's on sale, so it would be pretty amazing to be able to just buy it straight away. Next question is from my Facebook page, and it's from Amelia, and the question is opinions on weed. Before we move on to the more common use of weed, medical marijuana, I'm 100% supportive of it being legalized in Australia and obviously worldwide. In the Australian election this year, I actually voted for the Australian Sex Party because that was something that they wanted to change. Not too long ago, I actually did quite a bit of research on medical marijuana, and it blew my mind how necessary it is to be legal. So if you don't know too much about it yourself, I really suggest you do the research. I really don't care that people smoke weed at all. I pretty much think of it as the same thing as drinking alcohol. It's just that it's illegal here, and that's what makes it seem bad, if that makes sense. Apart from the legal factor, in some ways I honestly think it is better than alcohol, as there are way less risk factors in regard to your health, and also socially I think it's better because alcohol can often lead to violence. Mainly in Australia, that is a huge issue here. As I said before, I've never smoked weed myself. I'm just not really interested, and the whole legal factor is something that would definitely stop me. I know for a lot of people that doesn't matter, and I don't judge you for that at all. I'm just not very good with the guilt involved with breaking laws. Even simply downloading stuff I feel guilt for, so can you imagine me breaking a more serious law? It just wouldn't go down well. The one risk that is a little bit scary though is that if you have schizophrenia in your family history, I think that's what it is, don't quote me, then supposedly it could potentially trigger it, which is very scary, but then at the same time, if it's in your family history, it probably could be triggered in other ways. So yeah. My next question is again on Facebook, again by Amelia, and it's a very similar question, and this one is opinion on cigarettes. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I have a very negative opinion on cigarettes. I don't think badly of people who do smoke because I completely understand how addictive it is. I just have a real focus on health, and I always have in my life. So as soon as I learned about how bad they are for you in the short term and long term for your health, I just automatically, even as a child, was just like, no, they are evil to me. It just scares me that something so little can lead to something so serious such as cancer, which can kill you. I just think that is so scary. If you do smoke yourself and you want to quit, I really encourage you to do so. I know it isn't cheap at all to quit, but at the same time, it probably is in the long term because cigarettes are starting to get more and more expensive. I really suggest that you talk to someone. If it's a really serious addiction that's been going on for a long time, maybe a psychologist because they can help you quit. Or if you don't think it's as hard to tackle, then I really suggest you tell a family member or a friend, because I think even just telling someone so they can remind you and keep an eye on you and make sure that you're okay once you're going through the quitting process would make it a lot easier. I know it isn't easy at all. I haven't experienced it myself, as I said, but it wouldn't be easy. But if you can get past that stage and all the cravings would go away, it'll be so good for you in the long term. And I honestly care about you guys a lot. I want you to live as long as possible, and I want you to live a happy and healthy life. So if there is a part of you that wants to quit, please listen to me and try to take that big step. I know it's hard, but you can do it. So the next question is again from Twitter, and it's from Melanie Faye, who on YouTube is Swashy. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. And her question is, what has been your most memorable YouTube related experience so far? Ooh, so many things come to mind. The only YouTube related event I've ever been to was the YouTube meetup lineup that they had last year in Melbourne. I can't remember the whole lineup of people that they had, but I remember a few were Alright Hey, Rachel Addison, Joel Eli, Makeup by Michael Finch, and a few more. I'm really sorry if I forgot you when you're watching this. My memory is awful, but it was really cool meeting them. I only watched a couple of them at the time. Oh, also Cody Brown. I remember meeting Cody Brown. That's the moment that it hit me how real YouTube is. Before then, I'd never actually met another YouTuber before at all, even a small one. So it kind of made me step outside of that online world, and it made it feel a lot more more real. A couple of other experiences that come to mind are meeting big YouTubers. I've only met a couple so far, but I was so excited. I met Lauren Curtis when she did the Rimmel model search in Melbourne, and it was the best experience, and she gave me the most amazing advice and was so genuine and sweet, and I remember it so well. I wish I had the confidence to vlog it back then, but I really didn't. And this year, Carissa Pucas, before she moved to Canada, actually had a meetup in Melbourne. I think it was literally 3 days before she left, and I met her, and it was the most incredible experience. I actually vlogged the whole thing, and she even spoke in my vlog, so if you're a fan of her, I'm going to have it linked in the description below so that you can watch it. It was such an amazing experience, and my friend Brittany and I actually got to speak to her for quite a while, and it was just so nice. It was also really cool that she was the one that pushed me. I was really struggling to fit it in my day because the city is quite far away and there were bus replacements that day, but she pushed me into going through tweeting me and said, "You might never see me again," and I was like, oh my god, I have to go now. One of my most memorable YouTube related experiences actually happened this morning, and it hasn't even hit me yet how cool it is. Basically, I was talking to Lauren Curtis a little bit through Twitter. I tweeted her about something to do with her recent video and she replied, and I thought that was exciting enough. I was like, Blake, look. And then suddenly I got a notification saying Lauren Curtis is following you. I clicked on it, it was the verified account, and I freaked out. I actually waited for a while because I thought maybe it was an accident, but no, she's still following me now, and we even direct messaged each other just before I filmed this video, and she was so nice and easy to talk to, and I'm just still so blown away by it. I'm mainly surprised because, as you guys know, I'm still a pretty small YouTuber, and also my Twitter is my smallest social media account. It only just got over 200 followers, so I have no idea why she followed me, but I am so grateful for it. If I had to think of YouTube experiences that weren't involving other people, hitting 1,000 subscribers was definitely one of the most memorable experiences. And the one other thing I love every single time I do it is live streaming. I've live streamed a couple of times on YouNow and a couple of times on my Facebook page, and I absolutely loved it. It gives me so much confidence every single time I do it because the response I get from you guys is so good. If you like to watch my live streams in the future, for sure, like my Facebook page, Sheribubble. Moving on to my last question, and her name is Silver Fox Beauty with 2 X's. You have to go check out her channel, it is so good. What's your biggest pet peeves? If I'm thinking really nitty gritty, I'm not very good with messiness. When I'm in other people's houses, I'm not rude about it and it doesn't make me incredibly uncomfortable, but in my own environment, I'm very picky about it. Oh, I just thought of another one that bugs me so much. You know when you're talking to someone and they're on their phone, but you think they're listening, so you keep talking, and then by the end you're like, so what do you think? And they're like, oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. That drives me crazy. I totally understand how sometimes you focus more on your phone, but I just appreciate it so much more when people are like, oh, 1 second, sorry, I just want to check something. That does not bother me at all. That's something I do myself because I'm always worried I'm going to annoy people because it annoys me. Oh, actually, this one is very personal to me, and obviously it's not anyone's fault because they don't know this, but it's just something that bothers me. I just like when I get green tea made for me and they boil the water. That's not how it works. When you have green tea and other herbal teas, not all of them, but mainly green tea, it has to be not boiled, but the temperature has to be 80 degrees. That's just how it works. If you boil water for green tea, it burns and then it becomes bitter. That's why most people, when they try green tea, they hate it because it's so bitter, but that's because it's burnt, because you're not meant to drink burnt stuff. Ooh, it annoys me. Okay, one last pet peeve because this is the last question. It drives me crazy watching parents not care too much about their children's health. That is something I'm very passionate about, and it's the reason I watch so many health related documentaries on Netflix. Just seriously, the most important thing to remember as a parent, and I'm not only talking about physical health, I mean mental health too. I feel like so many parents just toss that aside for some weird reason. Maybe they focus more on the fun aspects, which is important obviously for their mental health, but oh my god, it bugs me. I want my kids by the time they're 5 to have tried every fruit and vegetable and decided which ones they like. I feel like a lot of people even get in their teens and they haven't tried all these fruits and vegetables, so they're put off by them because they haven't had them before. Oh my god. I need to make an entire video on this clearly. Anyway, that's it for this Q&A. I apologize for how long this video must be. I've been filming for hours. I've got lots more exciting videos coming your way, so look forward to it. Hopefully I'll be able to upload one of these sitting down videos a week. I'm going to continue uploading my normal vlogs and my travel vlogs, and also this week I'm going to be uploading the vlog of my dad's trip to India and Nepal and China, so enjoy that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumbs up and comment below your opinions on all of the topics that I was talking about. What's your opinion on weed? What's your opinion on cigarettes? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I love you all very much. Bye!